Okay, this is Tony Martin again with an update. These are the scenes that we've been waiting for. We're going to show it to you and put them together. And there is also another one coming next week. We had to push it back to next week, which will again not only show the quality of what we're able to do, but it will show the difference between our game and every other game that's been out there in particular. But on these scenes, I don't know if it's possible that you can understand just how good and quality the programming is until you understand what we've been up against. I'm going to put some examples out here that you can see, and then I want you, particularly the one we're going to compare is the one we could maybe say is the closest to what we're trying to do here, which is Jurassic World. And it's put out by a guy named Chris Milk, and he's kind of the darling of the industry in VR. And Google and other companies back him, and they had a couple $1 million for this game that you're about to see a clip from. And then I want you to see that, and so you can really understand how insanely great our programmers are by God's grace, including is particularly Justin Elms and Tim on the art and Justin Elms on the programming, our lead developer. Please understand he is phenomenal. And I truly believe if you see what Jurassic World, literally they had the money to get the name from the movies and join with them and build a video game around it. And this game is going to be, real quickly too, I want to highlight, not only will it be the first ever for Christians at a super high quality level, Dr. Henry Morris at ICR is our chief science advisor at the Institute for Creation Research. There's going to be a ton of creation facts in it, flood evidence is facts in this game, and they're all backed up by science behind tremendous amount of creationists at the ICR out of Dallas, Texas. So again, this isn't just something thrown together. It's going to be at the highest quality, the most incredible. We've already been blessed for those. This is going out on YouTube, so for those who don't understand, in just the year we've talked about doing this and got some of this out to people. We've gotten over 20 nations that have responded positively to this, including Muslim nations and rabbis. I mean, literally 2 different rabbis in Tel Aviv, Israel. So the gospel will be able to go out to so many, but we've had over 20 nations, whether it be in Asia, Australia, Holland, Germany, Great Britain. It doesn't matter. The gospel's there. This is going to, by God's grace, be huge. In this game, we have, just to highlight several things for the first time ever in one game that will be together in VR. And many of the things that are successful have been hugely successful. Like in this scene, you're going to see there's climbing, mountain climbing in it. There was a game called, on Oculus Rift, it was their best seller, called simply The Climb. And it made tens of millions of dollars just on mountain climbing. Well, you're going to see why ours is so uniquely different. And you'll have the challenges of mountain climbing, but you're also going to have some other stunning challenges. We've got underwater stuff. Subnautica went off for like $140 million in a 2-year stretch up on Steam on VR. And it was simply about a water planet. And most of the activities underwater with sea creatures and things. You'll be doing that and seeing pre-flood dinosaurs underneath the water and experiencing it, because part of the quest will have to be there. Then you'll be able to dive. You'll have a map to get to certain locations where there's pockets of air. And in the ancient world, the pre-flood world, scientists have discovered the atmosphere was different. Okay, it's a whole long story. Not going to go into it, but just stuff you see in Jurassic Park where they extract from the tree resin an air bubble. That's what has been done in real life. And they know that the pre-flood world, we call it the pre-flood world, they say prehistoric, but no, pre-flood world. There's evidences, overwhelming evidences that men and dinosaurs walked together at the same time. The most, quoted is the Paluxy River down in Texas, right? Where we've got dinosaur tracks alongside man tracks, and then we've got actual a person's tracks inside of a dinosaur. It looks like a velociraptor type of creature. Okay, so we'll have dinosaurs in this game. They're extraordinarily popular. We'll have mazes, escape rooms. Escape rooms are some of the most amazing, just by themselves. Escape rooms make hundreds of thousands, tens of millions of dollars, depending on who's developed it, like Medusa's Gate by Ubisoft. They did the Assassin's Creed. We're going to have escape rooms where you're like Indiana Jones. You're trapped. something triggers and sand starts pouring in or water, and you've got just about 5 minutes to figure out how to get out of there. Those are very popular. And aerial glider, again, there's tons of evidence that the ancients were not stupid. We're being told they're dumb. They were brilliant. We can't redo the pyramids today, whether in South America or in Egypt. We can't do them. With laser-like precision, these huge blocks were placed perfectly in place. And there's all kinds of evidences for pre-flood gliders. Excuse me, for ancient gliders. And we know that in the pre-flood world, they were brilliant. Adam was created brilliant. So we're going to have an aerial glider. It's going to look like some of the ancient gliders that were put together. And that's going to lead into the next scene next week, okay? And then the escape rooms, dinosaurs, mountain climbing, underwater, all of these for the first time. Oh, roller coaster. Yes, the roller coaster effect will occur when you go down in these caverns. There's going to be a thing that floats on magnets. Again, they were brilliant, okay, in the past, and it's going to sit there, look like almost like a open air monorail. But you see some of the scenes there, but nevertheless, it's going to be so much better than what you're seeing in those scenes. And so we're going to have that effect. But unlike roller coaster effects before, if you don't hit the right track you're supposed to go on, these things go shooting off into a chasm, and there will be creatures coming on the cavern walls while you're shooting through them to get you. Okay, slugs coming out of the wall, spiders, big giant, woohoo, pre-flood spiders. So, that's going to be my scariest part. But anyway, these each individually have been huge. Now, not only do we have the concept biblically to put this together and be an incredible ride, but we've got the graphics and it fits into the storyline each time. And we believe we've taken it up a notch on every stage of this game. So I can't wait for you to see this. But first, I want to show you Jurassic World and their graphics. And it was a big hit, made them tens of millions of dollars in the last, couple, 3 years. So please check that out. Then it's going to cut to our scene, right? And I want you to see just how there's times and moments in this. And this is a game now. This is created in a video game format, but at times it looks just like a motion picture that you're seeing, especially when you get to the mountain climbing. So enjoy this. God bless you. If you want to get in, we're talking to some people that are going to be coming up both in Wyoming. We're praying our financial deliverance is going to come there, but also down in Texas, another gentleman has come out of the woodwork. So if we land either one of these, by God's grace, whichever one, and we believe it's going to be Wyoming, I think. At that point, the potential for investment will stop for everybody else. So please, if you do feel led of the Lord, do it first because we can get the gospel out there to everybody in the world. Please, that plays the game. And as one of our supporters said out of Las Vegas, she's a wife of an associate pastor of a very large church there in Vegas. She said, "You guys are She said, "Video games are the language of today. They surpassed motion pictures and the music industry in sales combined. That the video game industry every year dwarfs the motion picture industry and the music industry combined." Okay, so she said, "Tony, the video games are the language of today, and it's like you guys are translating the Bible in a new language," and that hit me. I mean, that hit my heart. And so I supported Wycliffe translators for years, and just the thought that we kind of are, and we've had the fact that we can reach Muslims with this, Christians, it'll strengthen your faith when you play this game because there will be incredible evidences for the Bible and the biblical flood and creationism. But if you're not saved, it could lead you to Christ. There'll be as I mentioned before, because it's going out on YouTube, so I have to I know some of you have heard this, but there'll be a menu option on your menu bar about Jesus and why he's the Christ, right? And so there'll be a tremendous witness to that when they click that option. And this will be going into Muslim countries that we could never reach before, or into Israel, or into, all over the world. China's now just recently, just in the last few months, passed the United States as the #1 downloader of games to the world. Passed the United States, #1 downloader of games. So we'll be able to reach into communist China as well by God's hand and grace. So anyway, here comes the Jurassic World clip. That's not ours. It looks junky compared to ours. And then you'll see our cut after that. Thank you very much. God bless you. Please pray for us. And if you feel so led of the Lord, please donate or possible investment. Let me know. Please go to noahvr.net, noahvr.net, and you can get in touch with us through the email sign up. Thank you so very much. God bless you and keep everyone out there. And I'm super excited for you guys to see this. And I can't wait for next week. It just continues the scene in the game. This is actual in-game play development. This isn't a promotional thing. Justin was in there literally playing every stage of this. Okay. God bless you and keep you. And may the Lord bless us all going forward.
The clip you're seeing now is from a game called Jurassic World. It was put out by Chris Milk. He's the darling of honestly, the industry. At Google, he's won numerous awards. His company's called Within. They gave it sort of an esoteric name, but this is their hit, Jurassic World. They actually put a couple $1 million into this game. Look at the hills and the dinosaurs compared to what we are capable of doing. Our programmers literally laughed at that. They look like chickens attacking you. And lo and behold, again, this is from Within, and it was their version of Jurassic World. So we want to show you they're just a ridiculously wealthy company. Google backs them. A number of other Fortune 500 companies back them. And we will, again, want you to get a look at what theirs looks like when compared to ours, and by God's grace, what we can do when compared with that.